Chosen ones, God is about to reveal the truth. Don't miss this. For too long, the world has been wrapped in illusions, shadows masquerading as light, lies whispered so often they sound like truth. But deep down, your spirit has always known. Something sacred has been stirring. You felt it in your bones, haven't you? That quiet vibration in your soul that says something is coming. This is not just another day. This is not just another message. This is a divine appointment. God is preparing to reveal what has been hidden, not to the proud, not to the powerful, but to the ones who have endured in silence, the ones who have been tested, rejected, and misunderstood. You are not forgotten. You are not lost. You are being positioned. The darkness that surrounded you was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to refine you, to make you sensitive to the sound of His voice. Listen carefully, chosen one. When the truth comes, it won't arrive with thunder and fire. It will come softly, like light breaking through a clouded sky, and yet, it will change everything. The masks will fall. The noise will fade. And those who once doubted you will see why God set you apart. Every tear you cried was a seed. Every silent prayer you whispered in the night was heard. And now heaven is responding. This is the hour of unveiling. The moment where revelation meets reality. You may feel unworthy, but that's exactly why He chose you, because humility is the doorway to divine wisdom. The truth will not harm you, it will free you. It will strip away everything that is false and awaken the part of you that was always meant to shine. So breathe. Be still. Let your spirit listen beyond the noise of this world. The signs are already here, in the storms, in the silence, in the pull of your own heart. God is about to reveal something powerful, and when He does, nothing will ever be the same again. If you can feel this message calling to you, if your soul recognizes these words as truth, don't scroll away. Whisper it out loud, write it in the comments, let heaven hear your faith rise once more. Say, Amen. The signs have been here all along, quietly unfolding before our eyes. Yet most people were too distracted to see them, too busy chasing noise, too numb to notice the trembling beneath the surface of this world. But you, chosen one, you felt it. In the stillness of the night, in the heaviness of your heart, you've known that something sacred is shifting. It's as if creation itself is holding its breath, waiting for a divine moment to unfold. The air feels different now. Time feels heavier. The things that used to satisfy no longer fill the soul. That is no accident. It is the whisper of heaven calling you to awaken. Every generation has a turning point, a moment when truth rises like dawn after a long, cold night. And we are standing in that moment now. You can sense it in the confusion spreading through nations, in the deep exhaustion that weighs on people's spirits, in the longing for something real, something eternal. The systems of man are cracking. The idols of this world are crumbling. Everything that was built on deception is trembling. These are not coincidences. They are signs, divine signals that God is moving, that His hand is preparing to uncover what the eyes of men could never see. You might have noticed how people are beginning to question everything they once believed. The false lights that once dazzled them are starting to dim. What once looked powerful now feels hollow. What once promised peace now brings only emptiness. This disillusionment is not despair, it's the first step toward awakening. When the world begins to lose its grip on your heart, it's because heaven is calling you higher. The shaking is necessary. It is not punishment, it is preparation. God shakes what can be shaken so that only what is eternal will remain. Look closely and you'll see that the signs are everywhere. In nature, the earth groaning, the skies shifting, the rhythm of seasons changing faster than before. In humanity, hearts growing colder, yet a quiet remnant burning brighter in faith. In your own life, relationships ending, doors closing, opportunities fading, not because you failed, but because you are being redirected toward divine purpose. Everything that no longer serves your growth is being stripped away, sometimes painfully, sometimes suddenly. That's how God clears the path. Before He reveals the truth, He removes the distractions. Have you noticed how your spirit no longer fits in the spaces that once felt comfortable? That's because you've outgrown the old version of yourself. The truth that's coming requires a vessel made ready, purified through silence, strengthened by trials, and humbled by surrender. The discomfort you feel is not a curse, it's transformation. The isolation you've endured is not rejection, it's refinement. You've been hidden because the time of revealing wasn't yet. But now the curtain is beginning to lift. The world is about to see what God has been preparing in the dark. Many will mistake this season for chaos. They will see the shaking and call it destruction. But the chosen ones will recognize it as rebirth. For the kingdom of heaven often begins in what looks like endings. The death of old systems, the collapse of illusions, the exposure of deceit. These are not tragedies. They are confirmations that truth is on its way. Before light can fully enter, darkness must reveal itself. Before freedom can reign, falsehood must crumble. That is what's happening now. The truth is rising, quietly but relentlessly. You may feel tired, drained, even a little lost in this transition. That's normal. Every soul chosen to carry light must first walk through darkness, not to be consumed by it, but to understand it so that when the truth is revealed, you will recognize its worth. The deeper your pain, the greater your sensitivity to divine truth. The longer you're waiting, the clearer your purpose will become. For in the waiting, faith is refined. And faith is what unlocks revelation. So if you feel everything changing, don't resist it. If you feel your heart breaking open, let it. This is the process of becoming. The signs of the new time are not loud explosions or grand displays. They are the quiet awakenings of the heart, the sudden awareness that you cannot live the same way anymore. It's the longing to pray again, the desire to seek something purer, the tears that come for no reason when you hear words that touch your spirit. These are not emotions, they are signals. God is speaking in frequencies deeper than sound. He is calling you to recognize the season you are in. This is the dawn of revelation. It doesn't come to everyone, only to those whose hearts are ready to listen. You chosen one are among them. The signs are not meant to scare you but to anchor you in faith. The more the world trembles, the closer heaven draws. The more uncertainty spreads, the more clearly His truth will shine. The confusion around you is the echo of a world losing its false stability. But within you there is a calm, a knowing that something greater is near. Hold on to that stillness. Don't let fear steal it from you. The new time is not coming from outside, it's unfolding within your soul. When God reveals the truth, He will begin with the hearts that are open. He will start with those who have waited, those who have believed even without proof. That's you. That's why you're hearing this now. Because your spirit was chosen to recognize what others overlook. So when you look at the chaos of the world, remember, it's not the end. It's the unveiling. It's the beginning of truth taking its rightful place. The shaking is proof that God's promise is near. Don't despair, discern. Don't fear, stand firm. The signs of this new time are not to be missed. They are the heartbeat of prophecy being fulfilled right before our eyes. And when you feel it in your heart, when you know that this message speaks directly to you, pause for a moment, close your eyes, and let your spirit respond. Whisper softly but with conviction, Amen. The truth has been waiting in silence, like a seed buried beneath the weight of the earth. It was never gone, only hidden, waiting for the right moment to break open and reach the light. That moment is near now. You can feel it in the quiet spaces between your thoughts, that soft hum in your spirit that says something is about to be revealed. The veil is thinning. The illusions that once covered the world are losing their power, and what was once concealed in darkness is being drawn toward the light of God's intention. The truth doesn't arrive with chaos or noise. It doesn't demand attention the way lies do. It moves gently, yet its presence changes everything. It is the breath before dawn, the whisper before awakening. When it comes, the world will tremble not because truth destroys but because it exposes. It lays bare what we have built on sand. It shows us what is real and what is not. For some, it will be liberation. For others, it will be unbearable. But either way, it will not be ignored. The truth carries the voice of eternity, and when eternity speaks, every falsehood must fall silent. The truth that God is about to reveal is not just about the world around you, it's about the world within you. It's about who you really are beneath all the layers of fear, shame, and performance. It's about remembering the divine spark that was placed in you before the world told you who to be. You have forgotten your own light, but heaven has not. God has been patiently peeling back the layers, leading you through pain and confusion not to punish you, but to prepare you. For how can truth dwell in a heart that still clings to illusion? He had to empty you first, of pride, of dependence, of false attachments, so that when truth comes, you would recognize it not with your mind but with your soul. This revelation will not come through human voices alone. It will come through divine alignment, moments that feel like coincidence but are, in truth, orchestrations of grace. You will see patterns forming, events connecting, words spoken to you in perfect timing. You will hear messages in the silence, feel direction in what seems like delay. God is not late. He has been moving all along, weaving every broken piece of your life into a tapestry that only now begins to make sense. When the truth is revealed, you will understand why certain doors closed, why certain people walked away, why certain seasons felt so lonely. You will see that it was never abandonment, it was arrangement. He was positioning you for clarity. The truth is not always comfortable. It is not a soft blanket for the mind, it is a mirror for the soul. It reflects everything, even what we do not want to see. And yet, there is freedom in that reflection, because to see yourself through God's eyes is to finally stop pretending. No more masks. No more roles. No more exhausting chase to prove your worth. You are not who the world said you were. You are who He has called you to be, chosen, redeemed, prepared. The truth sets you free not by making you feel powerful, but by making you real. And when the truth comes, it will separate what is divine from what is counterfeit. It will pull light from shadow, wisdom from confusion, love from manipulation. The spiritual fog that has covered so many hearts will begin to lift, and people will start to see clearly, not just with their eyes but with their discernment. The things that used to appeal to your flesh will no longer satisfy your spirit. The habits that numbed your pain will lose their taste. The distractions that once drew you in will start to fade. That's how you know revelation has begun. When what once held power over you begins to lose its grip. Some will resist. They will cling to old beliefs because truth feels too heavy to bear. They will call it strange, uncomfortable, even dangerous. But that's what truth has always done. It divides light from darkness, comfort from calling. You chosen one must not resist. Let it break you open. Let it reorder your priorities. Let it cleanse your perception until you can see with eyes unclouded. The truth is not coming to destroy your world, it's coming to align it with heaven's design. When God reveals, He does not just inform, He transforms. The revelation that is coming will not simply give you knowledge, it will awaken you to purpose. You will no longer wander through confusion because the truth will anchor you. You will no longer be swayed by opinions because the truth will stabilize you. You will no longer be afraid of loss because the truth will remind you that nothing eternal can ever be taken away. And yet, understand this, revelation is not given to the careless. It is entrusted to the faithful, those who have proven their willingness to listen even when silence was painful. That is why your journey has been difficult. God has been testing the posture of your heart. He wanted to see if you would still trust Him in darkness, if you would still believe when everything seemed hidden. Because truth is sacred. It is not a reward for curiosity, it is a gift for surrender. When it finally arrives, you won't need to question it. You'll feel it in your spirit, that deep resonance that says, "This is what I've been waiting for." The words will not come from outside you but from within. It will be as though your soul suddenly remembers what it has always known. That's what revelation truly is, remembrance. It's the moment when your spirit catches up to the wisdom that heaven has always held for you. So do not fear what is coming. The truth is not against you, it is for you. It is your liberation, your awakening, your invitation to live as light. The world may tremble as falsehoods crumble, but within that trembling lies hope. Because once the truth is seen, it cannot be unseen. Once it is known, it cannot be forgotten. When the truth is revealed, you will stand in quiet awe, not because you've finally understood everything, but because you will finally see that every moment, every pain, every unanswered prayer was leading you here. To this revelation, to this awakening, to this sacred knowing that God has been with you all along. And when your heart recognizes it, when you feel that deep, holy stillness within, let your spirit respond in faith. Whisper softly but with reverence and gratitude, Amen. There will come a time, chosen one, when the truth you prayed for will stand before you, and it will be more beautiful and more frightening than you ever imagined. Because truth doesn't just comfort, it confronts. It strips away illusions, reveals intentions, and separates what is eternal from what was only temporary. And when that moment arrives, you must be ready. Do not run from it. Do not hide behind fear or confusion. This is the hour of awakening, and with awakening comes responsibility. God's revelation is never meant to entertain the curious. It is meant to strengthen the faithful. That is why He calls you now to listen with your heart and not your ears, to trust even when your understanding feels small. The world will not easily accept what is being revealed. Many will cling to the darkness because it feels familiar. They will call light a lie and lies the truth. They will seek comfort in what is false because they are not ready to face the weight of the real. But you, if you are truly chosen, must stand still in the storm. Do not let their blindness make you doubt your vision. Remember, Noah looked like a fool until the rain began. Every soul who ever walked in divine purpose first walked through misunderstanding. That is part of the calling. You are not called to be understood. You are called to be faithful. So when the shaking begins, when systems collapse and beliefs crumble, do not panic. These things must happen. Every kingdom built on deception must fall before the kingdom of truth can rise. You will see it, in governments, in cultures, even within hearts. What was built on pride will break. What was built on truth will endure. The fear you feel in the air is not the end. It is the resistance of darkness losing its grip. The louder the chaos becomes, the closer the revelation is. This is why God whispers to you, do not be afraid. Fear clouds discernment. Faith opens your eyes. When you choose peace in the middle of turmoil, heaven moves closer to earth. Hold on to hope, even when everything looks uncertain. Hope is not denial, it is defiance. It's the soul's way of saying, I still believe even here. Hope is what allows you to see beyond the shaking and remember that God never starts something He does not finish. You were not brought this far to be abandoned in confusion. The hand that held you in darkness will lead you into the light. Trust that. Even when it hurts, even when it feels lonely, even when the silence feels endless. In the silence, heaven is writing your next chapter. There will be moments when the truth feels too heavy to carry. You will want to go back to ignorance because it seemed easier. But you cannot return to blindness once your eyes have been opened. You were created for clarity, not comfort. Every tear you shed in this process is cleansing you. Every heartbreak is purging what cannot stay. You are being made new, not in the absence of pain but through it. The fire that surrounds you is not meant to destroy you but to refine what is pure within you. The same flames that consume the counterfeit will illuminate the authentic. That is how God works. He burns away what no longer serves your destiny so that what is eternal can finally shine. And as the world grows darker, your light must grow steadier. There will be confusion everywhere, truth twisted, faith mocked, righteousness called outdated. But you are not here to argue. You are here to live as a beacon. Your calmness will preach louder than any sermon. Your peace will testify to heaven's reality. Your endurance will reveal God's power. So keep your heart pure even when others harden theirs. Keep forgiving even when they do not apologize. Keep loving even when love feels dangerous. Because love is truth and truth never fails. The warning is clear. The time of lukewarm faith is ending. You cannot stand in the middle anymore. You cannot serve both light and shadow. The shaking will force every soul to choose. But this is not a punishment, it is an act of mercy. For God would rather see your faith tested than see it wasted. The trials you face are not meant to destroy your belief but to reveal its roots. If your faith is real, the fire will not harm it. If it is shallow, the fire will show it. Either way, God is giving you a chance to rebuild on solid ground. Do not be discouraged if others fall away. Do not chase those who refuse the call. Every person has their appointed time, and not all awaken together. Some seeds bloom in sunlight, others must wait for the rain. Pray for them, but keep walking. Your obedience will speak louder than your words. Your consistency will be their invitation. When they see you standing in peace while the world trembles, they will remember. And in that remembering, some will return. You are living in the in-between, the space where endings and beginnings blur. It feels uncertain because it is sacred. This is where faith is proven, where hope becomes real, where love shows its true power. And in this place, God is closest. When you can no longer see the way forward, trust that He is already ahead, clearing the path. When you feel weak, know that His strength is being perfected in you. When you feel empty, remember that emptiness is the space where His truth will dwell. So take this as both warning and promise. The revelation is coming and nothing will stop it. But those who stand in faith will not be shaken. You have already survived what was meant to break you. You have already overcome what others said would end you. That is proof that you were chosen for this very moment. The same God who sustained you through pain will sustain you through glory. The same Spirit that guided you in darkness will empower you in light. The truth that once frightened you will become your foundation. And the hope that once flickered inside you will become a fire that never dies. Hold on, chosen one. Do not let despair steal what God is building in you. Even now, angels are moving, preparing the way, aligning events, stirring hearts. The world may be trembling, but heaven is not. God is still on His throne. His word still stands. His promises still hold. And you, yes, you, are still in His hands. Let that be your peace. Let that be your anchor. Let that be the light you carry into the storm. When the time comes and truth floods the earth, when hearts awaken and eyes open, you will understand why every trial was necessary. You will see that hope was never naive, it was prophetic. For hope sees the end that fear cannot imagine. And when you finally witness what God has been preparing, when your heart feels that surge of holy recognition, let it rise from within you like a prayer older than time itself. Amen. There comes a moment in every soul's journey when the whisper of heaven turns into a call that cannot be ignored, a quiet insistence that demands attention, not with fear but with awakening. You have walked long roads, endured trials that tested the very fiber of your being, and faced nights so dark that you wondered if light would ever return. Yet here you are, still breathing, still listening, still feeling that subtle pull in your heart that tells you there is more, that something sacred is about to unfold. The truth that has been hidden, that has lingered just beyond your understanding, is now approaching. It will not come to everyone, for many have grown blind in comfort, deaf in routine, and numb in distraction. But you, chosen one, hear it. You feel it. Your soul recognizes the cadence of eternity, the rhythm of revelation moving closer with each passing moment. Do not underestimate what is happening. The world around you shakes, not in punishment, but as a reflection of what is being revealed. Lies crumble under their own weight, deceptions fall apart like fragile walls, and the eyes of humanity begin to open, some reluctantly, some with fear, and some with a sudden clarity that takes their breath away. You may feel uncertainty, a tremor of hesitation, a temptation to shrink back into what is familiar. That is precisely why you must not. This is the time for courage, for steadfastness, for unwavering faith. To be chosen is not to be spared from challenge, but to be equipped to carry light where darkness has held sway for far too long. The truth that is arriving is not merely information or insight. It is a transformation, a reordering of perception and purpose. a revelation that will ripple through your life in ways you cannot yet imagine. It will confront you with realities that may be uncomfortable, with lessons that may demand change, with clarity that may disrupt long-held beliefs. Yet it is not meant to break you. It is meant to free you, to purify your spirit, to align your path with the divine intention that has always existed for you. Everything that has felt wasted, everything that has seemed random, every tear shed and every prayer whispered in the silence will be understood in the light of this revelation. The pieces of your life, long scattered, will begin to form a picture of purpose and meaning, and you will recognize the hand of God in every twist and turn that brought you here. This awakening is not passive. It requires attention, discernment, and readiness. You cannot simply drift through these times expecting insight to land gently in your lap. You must be alert, attuned to the subtle movements of the Spirit, receptive to signs, sensitive to whispers that guide, warn, and direct. The quiet moments of reflection, the times of solitude, the pauses in your daily routine are all part of the preparation. God does not rush revelation, for truth revealed too soon can be overwhelming. Yet neither does He delay beyond what is necessary for your readiness. He measures the timing with divine precision, ensuring that when the curtain is fully drawn back, your heart and soul are ready to receive, understand, and act upon what is made known. You will find that as truth unfolds, your perspective will change. Relationships that once seemed essential may fade. Paths you once pursued may no longer appeal. The priorities that shaped your days may feel hollow in light of the clarity now emerging. This is not loss, it is liberation. For the world has long tempted you with what is temporary, convincing you to anchor your identity in peace in shifting sands. The revelation coming will call you to anchor instead in the eternal, in what cannot be shaken, in what reflects the mind and heart of God. You may feel isolated for a time, misunderstood or even ridiculed, but remember, every prophet, every messenger of light has walked this path before you. The voice of truth has always met resistance before it could flourish. Faith will be your companion through this season. Not faith in circumstance, not faith in human assurance, but faith in the presence and wisdom of God, who has not abandoned you, who has not misled you, who has prepared you for this very hour. Your faith will be tested, yes, but testing is not a denial of promise. It is confirmation of commitment. The stronger your faith, the more clearly you will perceive the unfolding revelation, and the steadier you will stand when the world around you is trembling. Do not allow fear to cloud your discernment. Do not allow doubt to eclipse the light that has been kindled within you. Instead, let hope rise like a fire in your soul, illuminating your path and guiding your steps. The call to awakening is also a call to action, though not action of the frantic kind. You are not being asked to chase or force events into alignment. You are being asked to align yourself with what is true, to be still and attentive, to act in accordance with what God reveals within you. Obedience, attentiveness, and patience are the instruments through which revelation is fully realized. When the truth touches your heart, you will know it not because it shouts, but because it resonates with the deepest parts of your being, confirming what your soul has already recognized. And so, chosen one, let this be your moment of clarity. Let your heart open fully to what is coming, without hesitation, without fear, without distraction. Recognize that every trial, every season of waiting, every hardship and heartbreak has been part of the preparation for this unveiling. The God who has sustained you through nights of despair is the same God who will illuminate your mornings with understanding. The revelation that arrives will not just inform you, it will transform you. It will not simply guide you, it will empower you. It will not merely comfort you, it will awaken the dormant purpose that has always been within you. Stand firm in this knowing. Be still in this readiness. Let your spirit recognize the sacredness of this time. Listen carefully to the subtle promptings, respond with humility, and embrace the revelation with faith. For when the world shakes, when illusions fall away, when truth rises like the sun over a horizon long clouded by darkness, you will see that every moment of preparation was perfect. The awakening is not only around you, It is within you. And in that knowing, you will find peace that surpasses understanding, strength that overcomes despair, and clarity that illuminates your path. And when your heart, fully open and aware, receives this revelation, let it rise from your soul as a proclamation of faith, a declaration of surrender, a recognition of divine purpose. Let it echo silently within and outwardly in the world around you, a testimony to the enduring power and presence of God. And in that sacred response, allow your lips, your spirit, and your soul to whisper in unison, softly yet firmly, a word that affirms your faith, your readiness, and your alignment with the eternal.